How shall I do it?
Oh, I know. I'll turn him into a flea. A harmless little flea. And then I'll put that flea in a box. And then I'll put that box inside of another box. And then I'll nail that box to myself. And when it arrives, I'll smash it with a hammer. It's brilliant, 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 I tell you.
Trump's plans to cut the Department of Education are reportedly coming to a reality and are expected to take place next week. What is the Department of Education, and how has Trump already acted to reduce it? Let me explain. On his campaign trail, Donald Trump was vocal about the removal of the Department of Education, stating,
"Across the country, we need to implement strict prohibitions on teaching inappropriate racial, sexual, and political material to America's school children in any form whatsoever. And if federal bureaucrats are going to push this radicalism, we should abolish the Department of Education."
The Department of Education began operating in 1980 with a mission to promote student achievement and preparation for global competitiveness by fostering education excellence and ensuring equal access.
The golden age of America begins right now. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, and we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Next, this is an executive order. Discharges your Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, and your Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, to begin a process that will hopefully result in the creation of an American sovereign wealth fund.
It's a very exciting event. We're going to have a sovereign wealth fund, which we've never had. We have a lot of things that create wealth.
Well, baby,
very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. Do you know, the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887, and this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in. It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887, and what to do with all of the money that we had. And again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary, because when McKinley was killed, he took over this vast sum of money, and he did all of those national parks and all of the other things. And I'm not knocking him, but he was given a vast amount of money, and that was all made through tariffs. We had no income tax. The income tax came in 1913. As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens. Does that make sense, right?
here I am, here I am.
Good.
Well, how are you today, sir? Very well, I say, sir. Run away, run away. 'Cause we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl.
Who cares when we can just keep being brainwashed, mindless consumers anyway?